Yes.
And I'm really excited about our next guest.
Yes.
I actually have her book.
Okay.
So for all you singles out there that are struggling in this terrible dating world,
Oh my God.
it's horrible.
Yes.
We have Allison Jayne, who is an author of Find Love Again.
Learn to date like a goddess.
Learn to date like a goddess.
What does that mean?
Sold, so tell us about it.
All right. So
Can I see?
I am a psychotherapist and an EFT tapping practitioner.
Oh,
which,
there it is.
for those who don't know, it's basically combining tapping on your own acupressure points with processing some kind of emotionally laden material, and it clears it out super fast.
Yes.
And then I went through a divorce in my 40s, and I
In
started
your 40s?
in my
When
40s.
was that? When did you get? You ain't even 40 yet.
Ah,
She's
I like
speaking
you.
She's speaking into existence. She is not 40, folks. Our fathers don't want to hear that. No lies on the show.
I'm in the next generation. I've crossed the 50 mark. So
Hey, you're beautiful.
yeah, thank
You're
you.
beautiful.
Thank
Well, God bless you. And
Yes,
I
bless
hope
you.
I am over 50
Wow.
like you do.
Wow. That's all I can say.
Thank you all. Ooh, I like this
Yeah,
interview.
start there. We had to stop the party just right there. She said she went through a divorce in her 40s. I didn't believe it. I had to question that, okay?
Yeah. So when I started dating and realizing that there is a lot of yuckiness in the dating world, like we were talking about, that I had a lot of tools that my single girlfriends didn't have. Because as a therapist, I knew about psychology of people. I knew sort of how to talk in certain ways and things like that. And as an EFT tapping practitioner, I knew how to clear really deep-seated fears, embarrassment, shame very quickly. I knew how to clear nervousness before a date very quickly, and most importantly, how to clear out limited beliefs.
Yes.
So if you believe there are no good men out there, there's a part of our brain called the reticular activating system that is responsible for finding and identifying patterns. So it's the part of your brain when you decide you're going to buy a new car, you're going to buy a Jeep, suddenly you see Jeeps everywhere,
Yes.
right? Like that's a thing, right?
Definitely.
So that is the part of your brain that if you believe there's no good guys out there, will actually tune into all the jerks in your environment. And you will see them more.
Wow.
And so if you can clear that belief that there's no good men out there, which is really deep down a fear, right? There's a fear
100%.
that I'm never going to find someone good. If you clear the fear with EFT tapping, suddenly your reticular activating system starts to see new and different men.
I can feel you. I feel your energy.
Oh, wow.
She is on fire.
We're into some deep stuff
I'm
here.
telling you. Oh, I didn't know it was going this deep. Ooh-wee.
Are you ready for this?
Ooh-wee.
I think we need the alcohol that they were talking about a little earlier.
O'clock somewhere.
I know, right?
Yes, there we go.
So
I love what you're talking about.
yeah, so let's talk about that for a second. If we're like going into like people in the dating world, and hurt people, right?
Yes.
And that's huge. And people like the control aspect and does the tapping and does your book like kind of address like when you go into a relationship, sometimes it's you that's toxic,
Right.
not necessarily the other person,
Ooh.
but you're toxic and you're not healing. And then, of course, now that person's a bad person for calling out where you're toxic.
Oh my God.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's an excellent point. The whole book is lessons, chapters that are lessons in some principle for moving out of toxicity and unhealthy patterns into a healthier version of you.
Okay.
And at the end of each chapter is a tapping script. So I walk you through exactly how to
I'm
tap,
excited.
exactly what to do, and how to clear it. So for instance, one of my most popular chapters is called How Cinderella Fucked Me Up.
How Cinderella fucked you up.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, I think we went on from PG at this point.
Yes, it's over now. If there's kids watching at this point, put some over their ears.
Yeah, parents, I want you to
Bleep that
remember
out.
this for Cinderella when you let your kids watch Cinderella.
There we
let's
go.
talk about this.
How did Cinderella fuck you up?
Because think about this. In Cinderella, the prince is at the top of the stairs, literally looking down in bored apathy at all these women who are throwing themselves at him, elbowing each other out of the way to try to get his attention, right? And the only woman he actually pays attention to is this distant woman off who's not even focused. So I think I was raised to believe that A, I had to be chosen, right,
Yes.
by the prince.
Absolutely.
So I had to show up and just be this person, this beautiful, funny, charming, accomplished, whatever it was, right? To be chosen by a man
Ooh.
instead of showing up on a date thinking, I'm also the chooser here, right? I mean, that's how you show up to a job interview.
Absolutely.
You put your best
You're the
foot
catch.
forward, but exactly.
I'm the catch.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right. And so I do think women have been kind of socialized to be the chosen. It shows up even on dating profiles. Women write profiles almost like a sales page, right?
Ooh.
They do.
Rather than authentically who you are. So the tapping will clear the fear of showing up as your authentic self, and then you become magnetic. And what's really cool is once you become magnetic, because you as truly you is going to draw in the perfect divine right partner, right? So once you become magnetic, you no longer have to do anything. You will draw love to you without having to put in so much effort and
So
struggle.
the cameras told me we had 30 seconds, right? So I want to know how the people can follow you and how can they get
How
the
can
book?
they get this book?
Yeah, so inspiredlifetapping.com is my website. My handles on social media. Anybody listening actually can go to my website and download a free e-copy of my book.
Oh, wow.
Free.
Yeah.
e-copy.
Oh my
Free
goodness.
e-copy.
So
I
it's
know
gotta be
there's a
catch.
lot of dating in this world, and I know that a lot of us can need this book. And you can get it for free. So
Yeah.
say your website again, just in
Yes.
case.
Inspiredlifetapping.com.
Allison, it's been
Inspired
such a pleasure.
Yeah,
And I'm excited to follow you. And
yeah, try it out. I want to hear how it
Make sure,
goes.
you know,